It's already 1:38 a.m. of the next day, but I didn't sleep, so I'm counting it as day 8. Another very complicated situation of how important to actually hold the promise to yourself. Um, but I love how I finally start to work. And this is what I want to speak with you today. Because 2 years ago, I would not do this. 2 years ago, every time I was promising myself something, it was done maybe halfway, something like that. And finally, this year, well, starting from September 2025, I noticed that everything that I promised to myself, I'm making it happen. So all the schedules I'm creating, like this contract with the universe, you can look into previous my life events, so you find more information about this. It's called, I think that's the way how I call it on thumbnail, contract with universe, something like that. And today I want to speak a little bit about mindset and how it works from the point, from perspective of psychology, or from the perspective of quantum physics. A lot of people right now speaking about it. Well, at least people I'm following, and something that I learned, and specifically also this is something I'm seeing in the last 2 years the most. If you go from perspective of psychology, when you believe in yourself, hello, when you believe in yourself, that you can do anything, that you have a lot of opportunities, that you generate a lot of money, when you believe in it, your brain literally start to open up to see more opportunities. This is why affirmations are working. This is why meditations are working. Guided meditations, I mean. Because literally for you, psychologically, you open up to more opportunities. And when you start to act on those opportunities, exactly, yes, you should always believe in yourself. And this is what's gonna open for you all of these opportunities. Like, well, opportunities are always around us, but your brain is the one who is seeing it or not. God bless you too. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's the perspective of positive thinking. In the way of how psychology works, how our brain works. And when we go to more like quantum physics part, so kind of for most of us it's still woo-woo kind of style. When we speak about energies, right? Like when you, I don't know if you noticed, I'm certainly noticed when I'm in good mood, when I'm full of energy, when I'm optimistic, when I believe in myself, when I believe that everything is going like happen for me, it's amazing things start to happen. People are better, they react on you better, people are smiling to you, people are more open with you, more friendly, they're helping you. It's like whole world around you is helping you, you know. Hello, all familiar faces. I actually want to note here, there is a comment, you should always kill the negative thought in your head with something positive. I would not call it kill it, because the word kill itself is kind of a negative side there. I would prefer use change it with love, because when you have a thought, imagine when you have a fear in your mind, when you have this anxiety in you, the best way how you can switch it, imagine what is going to be the difference, right? One way, you have some kind of anxiety, you're fearful, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, I was living this kind of situations for the last half a year, for sure, like very strongly, especially February. I don't know about you guys, but for me, February was exactly this way. November and February is like, whoa. When you feel in this way and you start to fight yourself, like you basically start to kill it, fight yourself. Yeah, exactly. But this is exactly how I'm making it out. So when all of this is inside of you and you start to fight your own self, so you basically you against yourself, it's gonna be a lot of negative energy. You yourself gonna be against it. You're gonna be it's gonna be a fight, you know, with your own brain, with your own thoughts. And now imagine different situation when you actually start to like, okay, I know you have this fear. You literally speak to yourself like, okay, it's like, you know, imagine you being your child. This is exactly the way. So how you gonna speak with your own child, right? A person you love the most in your life. You're not gonna fight him for when this person come to you and start to cry and start to like being so anxious and sharing with you all of these feelings. Obviously you're gonna hug this person, whoever it is, if it's your child or maybe a person you love so much, your mom. So it's like you're like, of course, come to me. I hear you, I feel you, everything is gonna be fine. You first you're trying to calm down, right? You hugging, and then after the person calm down a little bit, you're like, okay, but look, right now we have this, and you can be grateful for this. So many people doesn't have this, for example, like even the situation of like clean water running under your sink, or possibility to just wash your clothes in your washer machine and dryer, you know, how like there's so many people who actually don't have it in their houses. Some of them literally have like shared machines in the houses. So based on where you are, like there's always somebody who is not like, if you listen to YouTube like and watching this video, for sure you have much more opportunities than many people in this world. So when you start to look at this, like, so you calm yourself down and you start to tell, okay, you can be grateful for so many things, like why right now you are even think of something bad could happen, because most of our anxiety, our fears is always about something that doesn't even happen yet. So this is something like very important to understand. And when you start to go to be like in the position of being grateful, it's not only calmness, it's also you start to feel love. And the love is the highest vibration you can ever have. So this is something that start to generate in you this positive. So if you be negative is going like this against the clock, yes, right. So when you like, the most important part of this, like when you have this negative something going on in your life, is to break this cycle, because it's always a cycle. So let's say going right way, a positive vibration is going watch way, like to the right. But when you go negative, it's to going to the left. Yes, exactly. So when you start to be great, so you stop yourself first. You you understand that you also like in last couple years we live so many situations. Many of us uh, live very difficult situation was tested us in many possible ways, and the most important part is to actually understand that obviously we're gonna have this kind of fear of repeating situations. Obviously it's gonna be there. So when we stop ourselves first in a way of loving way, like calming ourselves down by like, okay, I hear you, I feel you, of course it's so scary, yes it is, but everything is gonna be fine, look how much you have, look what you can be grateful for. So this way you kind of stop this cycle, negative cycle, and you start to move in the right direction. And when it takes faster speeds, when you continuously reminding yourself about how lucky you are, how much you can be grateful for, how amazing friends you have, how wonderful to have parents next to you, how you are yourself have life, you can breathe. So it's even small things like this, you start to, or literally for me, for example, I love nature, and every time I see this beautiful green trees, for many years I was living in desert, and there are almost no trees, there's almost no greens, like it was very awful for me. And now from those days, every time I see a green tree, when I see the grass, when I see flowers, I'm like, oh my god, this is so beautiful, this is so full of life, you know. And all of this is just generate the speed to the right way, your positivity, faster, 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 and this is when the start magic happens. So new people coming into your life, these people helping you with something, you get new ideas, because again, coming back a little bit to psychology, yes, this is so beautiful. And at night when all of this what is the name, crickets at night, right, those are crickets, uh, when when they start to sing their own song, oh my god, I love it. So coming back a little bit to psychology, when we in an anxious, when we in the state of fear, our brain simply cannot generate any new ideas. It's like when you like, it's actually opposite. When basic, I'm not gonna speak right now very, oh, money is coming. That's a Russian thing. when left hand is rushing, this is the hand you receive. So this is you great, and this is you receive. So when you rush it, it means when it rushes, it means money coming. So when I'm not gonna go very scientific, but basically the brain works this way. You can Google it if you are more interested in specifics. When you worry, when you're in fear, when you are stressed, when you are anxious, your cortisol level, cortisol is a very, it's your hormone of stress. Basically, it's a hormone that makes you, it was generated for us by our body from the days when we were running from tigers and elephants in the wild thousands years ago, like tens of thousands. For us to like turn off the brain and just run. This is what this cortisol does. Exactly. A long time ago, when mammals was there, you know, before the cold times, like, how you call them, oh my god, frozen era or something like that. Wow, I don't remember in English. Anyway, so when cortisol is there, it blocks your brain for your creativity. Yes, basically yes. Absolutely, yes. You need to accept first and then start to move to the right direction. And so, coming back to brain, yes, so the stress is obviously we cannot avoid it, but for generate any creative ideas, even to make money or improve our relationship with anyone or to build a better life, like literally in any possible way, we need to be creative. And to activate creativity, we need first calm down our nervous system, lower down our cortisol. Obviously, you can do all of like you can lower down your cortisol through exercise, very good walking for this, but like at least 40 minutes of walk. After 40 minutes, you will actually start, if you don't listen music, nothing, you just go for a walk. Okay, if you have a calm environment without music, if obviously if you walk streets and there's cars and chatter of the people, that probably the music would be great for that. Yes, so when you do any kind of exercise, specifically slower, well, soccer, I don't know. Running is not exactly the best way to lower down the cortisol. I'm not a doctor, but I believe running is actually can, at some people can actually spike it up. But generally speaking, exercise, high intensity workouts doesn't lower down the cortisol. Generally, when you go, for example, to the gym, but no running, that could lower down the cortisol. When you're walking, that's the best way to lower down the cortisol. What else? Obviously, you need to sleep at least 8 hours a day. That's like it, and preferably to go the latest 11 p.m. The if you can go at 10, amazing, but at least 8 hours a day to sleep well, going at the right time. Those are also lowering down the cortisol. Meditations, working with your own like self, what I was telling you, right? To calm yourself down and spinning to the right direction through being grateful, noticing positive things in your life instead of focusing on the negative. Thank you so much. So this is something very like important, cortisol. We need to get rid of it, and those like you can also Google it, because again, I'm not a doctor. It's something that I did for myself. I was Googling for myself how to do it. But basically, yes, meditation, exercise, walking specifically, yoga. And then next step, so right now we already spinning it in the right direction. You too. Good night. Good night. So when you already spinning to the right direction, you already going like you already rising your vibrations. Next step would be create your future in your mind. Make this vision. Create this point B. That one something I always give my clients. I'm give them a homework. This homework for most of the people takes at least a month to complete. What I mean, I'm telling them, write down your point B, your perfect Wednesday, a common perfect Wednesday. Why Wednesday? Because Wednesday is not a vacation. The Wednesday is just a normal day out of a week where you're just doing common things, no matter what, which things, right? If you have kids, you drop them in school, you take them out of school, you study with them, you doing your own things, you work, you doing your work. What else? I don't know. Going maybe shop something important, like for tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow is gonna be a birthday of a friend of the kid or whatever. So all of this, so you make one Wednesday day. You decide for yourself first, because you need to imagine it and write it down in perfect details, like every small detail. How you wake up, at what time you wake up, where you wake up, what kind of curtains you have on your windows, or is it curtains at all? Hello, hello. Yes, yes, agree with you. Dennis, you're so right. Is absolutely right. Walking is the best you can do. Like it's always, it's a positive thing. It's influence your mood. It feels how, like it changes your, like how you feel, like generally, right? Gives you a lot of energy. Absolutely. And also there's, if you walk long enough, I noticed that I also generate a lot of ideas even for my business. It's very important for me to have some kind of recording in my hand while I'm walking, just in case. So yeah, so when you're building, coming back to the point B, it's very important to write it in very like a lot of details, with who you're waking up, next to whom you're waking up. Is it a house or is it apartment? What kind of floors that those apartment or house has? So every detail, every piece of that Wednesday. And why it takes so long? Because first week, you basically just generating a basic structure of the day. Yeah, I'm trying to. So at first, because you need to like figure out the structure. Are you going to be married or not? Are you going to have a family? Do you want to have a job? If you are a girl, right? Well, in case of my culture, it's a common when the woman is a housewife and the husband is the one who is a provider and taking care of the family. So all of these details, who is the husband, in case again for a girl, who is the husband, kids, how many kids, house or apartment, like what is plus minus the timing, what you want to do through the day, like a normal day, and then every week you basically going deeper and deeper into detail. This is why it takes around a month to put together the perfect point B, with very small details to each part, how you feel every day, how you feel at any kind of moment, how you react, for example, in the school. Like this is parts from my own point B, so I'm gonna use example from there. For example, one of the example is like, let's say if somebody in the school of the kid give you some kind of, let's call it its own words, shit, right? Like how you gonna react on this? So all of these parts literally must be written. So you define your own life, and the most important, you define who you are in that life. Like you actually start to see an absolutely different human being who reacts absolutely probably different in different type of situations, how you hold yourself, how you move, how you dress, like literally who you are. First is very interesting to create that point B, to even think of that, and secondly, you start to understand, you start to change yourself why you finding this. Because again, coming back to your brain, everything you tell into your brain, it start to look for it. It start to get open to the world. It open up more because the brain try to look for it, like what are you telling about, what are you speaking about, like how is it even possible? And you probably start to actually see some of your friends receiving these parts and pieces from your point B, what you are describing right now. We are speaking right now about basically manifestation, and point B, how you set up, how you finding your own point B to achieve. And then when you already define your own point B, when you describe it in details, this is the perfect time to read Joe Dispenza, The Breaking a Habit of Being Yourself, and start to make his meditations. Because his meditations basically is not only meditation, but it's basically a visualization. And every time you're gonna go out, I believe I've seen some of them very good ones, those guided meditation of Joe Dispenza, in YouTube too, for free. We write gratitude list, me and my daughters, but today I will introduce this with writing down point B for me and my girls. I have gone now, but thank you so much. Of course, it's my pleasure. I'm gonna continue sharing my knowledge. Well, guys, I need to answer you too. I'm very grateful that you're listening. For me, it's very important to have active conversations still. And so sometimes I need to see, while I'm reading your messages, I need to see how much you understand me and how you can relate to it, you see? So then you understand me why I'm distracting time to time. My pleasure. Okay, Joe Dispenza. And this is last step. Actually, this is the last step. When you're doing Joe Dispenza meditations, I will try to find those what I was doing. Not promising it's gonna be today because for me it's already 2 a.m. But I will try to find those, and when I'm gonna post this live, I'm gonna add those links to description so you have it. The topic is manifesting. So we already went through how we're switching from negative to positive. Now we are not only switching to positive, but we're already building your perfect life through creating point B, where you're going. And then now we need to actually change your mindset. You need to actually start to live in the skin of your future you. Because again, as I was speaking yesterday, I didn't post yesterday yet. I'm gonna publish the yesterday live. I was exactly speaking about this. With current brain, like if you would be already that good, if you would be a person who could leave that point B, you would be already there, you see? Right now, because you are not there, it means that you need to switch something in yourself, in your own system, in your own brain, in your mindset, to actually get to the point B. And one of the ways how you can do it, it's through visualization. Because first, it will work on quantum physics that everyone right now is speaking about, and most of us don't even understand how it works, but somehow it works. And second one, from the point of psychology itself. Because when you start to visualize yourself, and specifically using the Joe Dispenza, I don't know how he does it. I'm still reading that book because he explained very well all this technique of these meditations he creates in the book. Basically, all of his meditation also start from calming down your mind. The same what he was speaking about, right? But in meditation, I still not a big believer of calming your own mind just with meditation, but it's a good also way to start if there is nothing other tools, you know. I'm still learning how he does it, but through his meditations, when you coming back from them, you literally feel yourself as that person in point B. And because you yourself, your energy feels like you came from the future, you even start to act different way, literally. I was catching myself a lot on this. And you start to think differently, you start to approach things differently. It's less thing, in my case, I get worried about less things in my life. It's impressive how it works. So absolutely, I recommend to try any meditation of